What happened in the garage that night I'll never ever forget. My name is Elena Parker. I was 36 years old the night it happened. The night everything in my life changed. I had been married to Adam for 8.5 years. We had 2 beautiful children, Ethan, age 6, and Lily, 4. From the outside, our life was the picture of success. A tidy 2-story home in the suburbs, weekend soccer games, and holiday cards with matching outfits. But what people couldn't see, what I hid so well, was the slow, quiet death of my marriage. It didn't happen all at once. There wasn't one big fight, no betrayal I could point to at the time. It was more like erosion. Bit by bit, the foundation we had built together crumbled, unnoticed. Adam became emotionally distant. He wasn't cruel or unfaithful. He was just absent. He threw himself into work, and when he came home he was glued to his phone or laptop. Conversations became transactional. Did you pay the electric bill? Don't forget Lily's recital. We're out of milk. There were no more I miss you texts. No surprise hugs in the kitchen. No late night talks in bed. I became a wife in title only. A shadow in my own home. I stopped dressing up. I stopped trying. I told myself this is what long-term marriage looks like. You sacrifice. You stay. You endure. Then Jack moved in. Jack was Adam's best friend since childhood. He had gone through a messy divorce and lost nearly everything: his house, his car, and almost full custody of his daughter. Adam offered him the guest house behind our home to stay in for a few months while he got back on his feet. I didn't know Jack well, but I remembered him from a few parties. He was tall, ruggedly handsome, with this magnetic energy that made you feel like you were the only one in the room. At first, our interactions were brief. A nod in the kitchen, a passing hello, but one night everything shifted. It was late September. The air was cool and crisp, and Adam had flown to Chicago for a 4-day work trip. The kids were spending the weekend with my sister. The house was quiet, eerily quiet. I was in the living room, wrapped in a blanket, sipping wine and watching an old romantic comedy that didn't even make me smile. That's when Jack knocked on the back door. "Hey," he said, holding up his hand. "I cut myself on the car engine. You got a bandage or something?" "Yeah, of course," I said, leading him to the bathroom to grab the first aid kit. We ended up in the garage. The soft hum of the rain on the roof filled the silence. I cleaned the cut on his hand carefully, and for the first time we talked. Really talked. He told me about his failed marriage. How it wasn't just infidelity that broke it, but a growing silence between him and his wife. He said something that stopped me cold. You can sleep in the same bed with someone every night and still feel completely alone. I looked at him, and I felt seen. We kept talking. The minutes turned into hours. The wine turned into truth. I told him how invisible I felt. How Adam hadn't kissed me with passion in years. How I sometimes cried in the shower so no one would hear. And then came the silence. A thick, electric silence that wrapped around us like a storm cloud. "Elena," Jack whispered, "do you even remember what it feels like to be wanted?" My heart dropped into my stomach. I couldn't speak. I couldn't breathe. All I could do was stare into his eyes. Eyes that looked at me with hunger but also with pain. Not lust, longing. "I shouldn't be here," I said, standing to leave. He didn't stop me. He just said, "Then why haven't you walked away?" I didn't have an answer. I didn't leave. That night in the garage, everything changed. It wasn't wild. It wasn't planned. It was slow, almost mournful. Two broken people seeking something they had lost long ago. I wasn't thinking about the consequences. I wasn't thinking about right or wrong. For once, I wasn't thinking at all. I just felt. But afterward came the guilt. The crushing, suffocating weight of what I had done. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I avoided Jack. I avoided mirrors. I avoided Adam. But secrets don't sit still. They grow. They breathe. They fester. A week later, Jack came to me, eyes red, hands trembling. "I'm leaving," he said. "This, whatever this was, can't happen again. You have a family. A life." He left the next morning. No goodbye. No note. Adam never found out. Or maybe he did in his own way. Maybe he saw the change in my eyes. The way I pulled away when he touched me. The way my smile never reached my eyes. We stayed together for 6 more months. We tried therapy. We went on a weekend getaway. We even tried to reconnect. But we were just patching up a boat that had already sunk. Eventually we separated. Quietly. Peacefully. Without blame. But that night, that garage, it stayed with me. Not because it was forbidden. Not because it was exciting. Because it was the night I realized how deeply I had abandoned myself long before I ever betrayed my husband. What happened in that garage broke me, but it also woke me up. And I'll never ever forget it. Infidelity is more than just a mistake. It's often a symptom of something much deeper. If this story resonated with you, or if you've ever found yourself emotionally starving in a relationship, share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want more real stories about love, loss, betrayal, and healing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications.